Welcome back. I'm Tedward and welcome to Vermont, where I've been driving my 2023 Honda Civic Type R on a little vacation with the family, but today is a vlog day because I'm going to see some friends who just bought a dome down in Killington, Vermont. They've bought this ridiculous house that I cannot fathom the work it's going to take to get this thing up to snuff and actually be a usable Airbnb that they're going to use. These people also live on a school bus. They're some old college friends. Anyway, you'll get the picture when we get down there, but I wanted to start the video out here because this may look like some nondescript parking lot, but this is actually the Ben & Jerry's factory. That right there behind the fence is the flavor graveyard. So all the flavors that are no longer manufactured have a headstone, a gravestone right in there, and you'll see people paying their respects. And I wanted to start the video here because I love Vermont and I love Ben & Jerry's, but I don't have all day and we have to get about 80 miles from here to get down to see my friends and hopefully get a tour of the dome, because I can't even express to you. This looks like if Austin Powers were set in the 1970s. This is the swinger ski chalet that he would have built. There's the graveyard, but this is it. I mean, every pint of Ben & Jerry's comes from here. So if you've ever wondered where it's all made, this is it here in Vermont. I think everybody walks out of here just a little happier than they came in. Driving on a road is a lot different than driving on a track, mostly because I end up using sometimes a lot more awkward inputs, and that's because I'm gonna overslow for a corner. I'm not gonna stay wide open. I'm not gonna do things that are gonna be risk-taking that I would do on a racetrack, because on a racetrack you're like, oh well, I'm gonna be on throttle here 100% until I need 10/10 brakes, and you don't want to do that. I would never hit this corner at speed when there's people hanging out here. I mean, that's just not a good idea. And that's what I mean when I say respect the drive. Like, I'm not saying don't enjoy a road, don't have a little bit of fun, don't enjoy a corner, but within reason. And you want people to be cheering for you, not flipping you off, I guess is really the key. All right, we're not going to go wide open at oncoming traffic either. But look, I can see through this corner. We can attack that. We can attack this. But I'm not attacking it fully. I'm still leaving room for surprises. And if you'll notice, I have no cell service. If I go off into the gully, now I'm waiting for someone to come find me. Solar glare. God, I love these tires too. Oh yes. That puts me right in. Look how beautiful this is. This is crazy, man. Oh, I love being out in the middle of nowhere. The real dream isn't to be a super and hypercar owner who's living the life in this city. The real dream is to be so wealthy that you can buy a few visceral cars and live in the middle of nowhere because your location doesn't matter. It's hard to live in the middle of nowhere because there's no work in the middle of nowhere. There's no clients in the middle of nowhere. The thing about Vermont too is you'll have those stretches of like completely virgin pavement with no houses and all the fixins for some fast driving. But then you'll come straight into a town like this where the houses are like right on the roadway. So you do really need to be respectful of like, okay, we had our fun in that stretch, and now we're gonna go through this little town like not psychos, and then you get back on it after you're through it. Wow, they are really at the mountain. This is a proper ski chalet. I mean, this is, I mean, I knew it was in Killington. I didn't realize it was like right at the mountain. God, if this was your drive home. So that is what like a typical New England ski chalet looks like. You know, you got sort of an A-frame-ish thing with a bunch of windows and a bunch of bedrooms and way more beds than you could imagine. There's gonna be like a room with like 6 bunk beds in it, just so you can get as many little skiers up there as you possibly can on your family vacation that you're splitting the cabin with. So that's what I'm used to. I'm really curious to see what this dome looks like. Oh my God. All right, I can see the school bus, I can see the dome. This is very real and it's huge. This is no joke. All right, we're gonna be nice and gentle on this driveway, and hopefully we don't spit a ton of rocks up at my paint. Oh yes. Okay. Fully sold on this idea. They bought a dome and they live in a school bus. You're just dirty as the last time I saw you.
Yeah, I have a habit of doing that. I like to tell people it's built in '69 because it plays a lot better. The permit was pulled in '69, it was finished in '71. When I tell people it's 3,200 square feet and 3 stories, they don't know what to do with that info.
And this is Karen.
Huh.
Daphne.
Yeah. I'll turn the fan off for the audio.
This is so big. And there's a sex swing. This is legit bonkers, dude. In a phone booth.
You've been so distracted by the sex swing that you missed the
stripper pole?
Story. It's a fire pole, sir.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, they got this pole from a dairy farm locally, and we're like, it's going in. Everywhere that you see an X.
So many X's.
Every single one of those is a window. 108 if you include the skylight at the top. It's gonna be over a 6-figure window bill.
Woof. Doors are crazy. It looks like the kind of place where they would have had a carpeted bathroom.
Oh, there was. Upstairs still has the carpet.
No! Forever unclean. Old school sauna. This place has everything.
We're using it as storage right now because it's the only dust-free place.
This is, oh my God. Can you, like, this is in a world before Airbnb. So these people just like lived here or rented it out or what? Like,
so it's actually a distant cousin or kind of cousin, relative of President Herbert Hoover.
Oh.
That originally was the owner of it. He went to St. Louis and they have like they have a geodesic dome there. This in here is where the fire pole is. You access from the stairwell.
So this is going to be like a straight view down.
Yeah, you'll be able to see from the first floor all the way up to the skylight.
Well, guys, if you need a dome in Killington, in probably what, like...
We're shooting to have it ready for March. So what's that, 5 months from now? It's going to be tight. Who knows, but worst case scenario, summer of 25, it'll be ready.
So winter of 25, rent the dome on Airbnb or Vrbo or whatever the heck you're doing.
Or book with us directly, because you save money. KillingtonDome.com. It doesn't exist yet, but we own it. You'll be able to go there, book here, save money.
Trust me, we're coming back to the dome, and we're gonna show you the dome when it's done. We're gonna hold you to it, and we're gonna come back.
Absolutely.
We're gonna see this thing
All
done.
of our eggs in this basket. We have no other option. It's this isn't a nice to have decision. It's like we need to get it done.
And that is the dome. I can't believe how quickly these guys are getting this together and making it happen, but they always take on some pretty ambitious projects. This one particularly just feels like it's a Simpsons episode. This house is so unique and bizarre and wild, and I can't think of anyone else who should be the stewards and caretakers and renovators of this thing to kind of keep the essence of this 70s sex dome alive. It's perfect, and it's gonna make for like the most killer ski chalet ever. Look at, we're right on a chairlift. Killer ski chalet ever for Killington skiing. I mean, this is great. But I am definitely gonna need to come back up with some interesting cars to this area, whether it's this season or next season. Either way, I'm just pretty psyched about it. This engine's warming up, and you know what? I'm more of an uphill toge guy than a downhill. I don't always attack the downhills the same way I attack the uphills. I think it's maybe my lack of trust in braking in certain vehicles. Such fresh new pavement too. It feels good, but these tires are a little cold. We don't want to kiss guardrail with the Honda. If there's anything to learn from Matt and Karen, it's that you do not have to be beholden to a very traditional career or lifestyle. If you have a dream and you want to go after it, you can do it. It takes a lot of work and a lot of risk, but if you do it correctly and with a little bit of tact, you can figure your way through it. You know, these aren't people who come from a lot of money and are just like casual nomads with a safety net. You know, like they've built this all their own. So it really just shows that if you want to do something, it's possible. It just takes some time and you got to build it. So thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Don't forget to respect the drive, and I'll see you in the next one.